Bitcoin is on for glory days. In the midst of the global financial crisis, Bitcoin's price has recently soared, rising about 70% since the beginning of 2023. Now, all this is making people wonder, how high can Bitcoin prices reach? Will Bitcoin hit 1 million in 90 days? Is the bear market officially over? Have we entered the crypto spring? To answer all your doubts away, in today's video, Raoul Pal has shared his viewpoint and price prediction for the Bitcoin and crypto market, as well as his own expertise. Raoul Pal has also commented on Bullish's tweet of Bitcoin prices reaching $1 million in 90 days. Stay tuned until the end of this video to know more details. And of course, if you haven't joined our community yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more of the latest updates on economy, crypto, and market trends. Let's dive into it.
To give price projections online right now is the way that the hive mind turns into a mob and tries to lynch you, assuming that what we speak is the truth and we know exactly where it's going to go. So my answer is he's got 0.0 chance of being right. But what he is doing is spending $1 million or $2 million on marketing what is an important concept. And I think that is fine. I get it. My general thesis is the market's going to be squeezier than people expect. So I think we probably get to 50,000 faster than most people expect. When that is it this year? Is it within 12 months? Probably. Don't know. And over time, we just keep the adoption curve and it keeps going. So, where does it go at the peak of this cycle? I don't know. Again, I don't want to be hung by dicks online for all of this, but, over time, does it take it 100,000? Does it take it 250,000? Of course it does. It's just a matter of when. And the timing part is the red herring. If you've got a long enough time horizon and the trend rate of adoption and the rise in the price of the asset over time beats all other assets, you're under no motivation to do anything else but hold.
As some of the world's top banks are suffering major problems, the asset seems to prosper. After all, Bitcoin was established during the last great financial crisis, which was caused by banks, many of which collapsed and had to be bailed out again. Many experts have criticized the banking system for repeated bank failures in the wake of the Credit Suisse merger and the recent collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. You see, the free market spirit requires new banks to operate in the same environment that's causing failures. Former Coinbase CTO, Balaji Srinivasan, wagered a bet that Bitcoin will hit $1 million in 90 days. However, Raoul Pal believes that Balaji Srinivasan's bet on Bitcoin hitting $1 million within 90 days is just a marketing trick. He did, however, add that it could happen within 12 months, but it's not appropriate to put a date, he cautioned.
At a top-level macro position, I haven't cashed out of a single penny of crypto, and all I've done is use the cycle when the liquidity cycle hits the long-term uptrend that started happening in June of last year to just add to my positions. That's all I've done. Now, there are some trading opportunities around like bonds, because I think bond yields go from 4% to 1.5%. So can you make money? Will you make more money in crypto? For sure. But people don't want the risk, and people are such dicks online about the kind of risk you have to run to do it, that yes, there's traditional answers. You could buy gold, you can buy bonds, you can probably buy technology stocks, or you can buy crypto. And you skin the cat any way you want it in terms of what risk profile. And I've talked about my risk profile is, I have income, I have assets that are paid for, so I can take more risk with the liquidity that I have. I don't do VC because I don't like a 13-year payout. I like to be in control. I'm a hedge fund guy at heart, so I like to be in control of my liquidity. And so I haven't changed anything at all in terms of my asset allocation apart from increasing it and using the leverage. So why am I doing this? And this is really important for people to understand. So I first bought Bitcoin at $200 in 2013. It went straight up to $1,000. And I'm clearly George Soros. I'm the best investor the world's ever seen, 500% in 3 months. I'm a genius. It then falls 87%. And my time horizon was like 5 years plus. So I'm like, well, probably 10 years, because I wrote that first ever macroeconomic strategy paper about Bitcoin in 2013. So I said, okay, fine. So it's a call option. I'll let it go up and down. So it fell. Didn't do anything. Watched it. It rose. 2017. I got confused over the staking wars, the forking wars, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to take my money out, and I sold out at something like $2,000. So I've made 10 times my money. One of the best bets I'd ever made, and watched it. Now I'm still interested in crypto, but I thought it was in a bubble, and it was. It shot up 10x more to 20,000, then collapsed 85% or 82%, whatever it did that time around. And then I bought it again really well in kind of April 2020 when it fell into the middle of the wedge pattern. I bought it right at the right level. I didn't get the absolute low, but let's say I got in about 6,500, and then I put in a much bigger bet than I did first time around, and great. So I went back recently and looked at it and thought, what happens if I just kept my original $200 in its original size? Because it looked like I traded it really well. I bought it here, I sold it here, and then bought it there. Problem is the here's and there's were all higher because I sold at 2,000 and bought back in at 6.5. I fucked the whole thing up. Really, if I just held it, I'd have made 5 times as much money. And then the real magic unfolded is if I use the liquidity cycles and bought them every time we've had that kind of M2 fall down, M2 growth fall down, global M2 growth, bringing it back to the long-term uptrend, had you just bought then, i.e. the crypto winters, even if you just missed the low by 30%, maybe more, I still would have done over 20 times better. Even accounting for the fact I put a lot more in April 2020. So I've learned, many of us are having to learn how to trade a exponential asset that's in a logarithmic uptrend that is cyclical. But that's how I just deal with it now. I just use that simple framework. Is the adoption going on? And where are we in the liquidity cycle? And just use that.
The ongoing bank run helped Bitcoin prices to breach the crucial 28K level. However, the key market indicator flagged that the crypto bear market is in its last phase and the market might see some new heights from here ahead. According to Raoul Pal, his experience has taught him that a long-term time horizon is important for the investment in the crypto market. Investors should focus on 2 basic things: is the adoption going on, and where we are at the liquidity cycle. So what is Raoul Pal's current view of Bitcoin right now? Let's get into the next clip to hear more from him. But before jumping ahead, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up.
Generally speaking, over time, the observable relationship, because it's a 97.5% correlation between the G5 central bank balance sheets and the S&P 500, is every time it grows by 1% or shrinks by 1%, the equity market moves by 2%. So we've got a clear relationship. And so, I don't know, we just increased the balance sheet by whatever it was, 5%, let's say. So therefore, equity markets go up 10%. That's roughly how it works. However, NASDAQ goes up at a multiplier of about 1.4 times the S&P because it's got a technological uptrend and it's probably accelerating as AI, robotics, and all of these things come in. And crypto's got a much bigger multiplier. So let's go back to the last time we saw this, which was December 21st, 2018. The Fed just stopped and said, right, we're not going to increase the balance sheet. We're not going to raise rates any further. Not going to decrease the balance sheet. Not going to raise rates any further. Over the next 6 months, crypto was up 300%. So Bitcoin did 300 and something percent. The exponential age stocks, which are the really kind of growthy ARK style stocks, they were up about 30%. The NASDAQ was about 22%, something of that magnitude. The S&P was about 15%. And so we can see that relationship happens. So my view here is I got into Bitcoin. So assets will go up according to the balance sheet. I think the balance sheet goes up significantly, 30% plus over time. Therefore, the equity market can go up 60% in the S&P, maybe more. So new all-time highs in the next 12 months or so, maybe a bit longer. NASDAQ gets there sooner because of its relationship. Crypto moves very fast.
So, is it time to invest in Bitcoin? What's your Bitcoin price prediction? Do you believe that Bitcoin can reach $1 million in 2023? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. For more of the latest videos on economy, crypto, and market trends, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss any video. Also, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.